Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Karibu katika Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. For those of you who have been watching this channel of late, I've been analyzing what we call SWOTs. That is the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that have been facing politicians or what they are facing at the moment. But as far as William Samoei Ruto is concerned, I only need to address the weaknesses because he is the president of the Republic of Kenya. And William Samoei Ruto is staring at what I would call an unbelievable disaster or catastrophe. Ladies and gentlemen, next week the schools opens. Next week the school opens without the schools getting what the government call the capitation money, whereby each student is supposed to get 22,000 per year. Last year, I understand, only about 15% of the money was disbursed. That would amount to about 18,000 money that was not disbursed to school. So this burden is now expected to be carried by the parents. Wazazi wanaingia au wanafungua msimu 2024 wakiwa na malalamiko, wakiwa na kilio, wakiwa wamebebeshwa mzigo ambao umewalemaza. And I don't know how this is going to be addressed by the government, because as I have said, William Samoei Ruto is presiding over a collapsing economy. When you look at the president, you see a man who is not in touch with the ground. You see a own ledger. You see a president who does not understand what the people want. And that is the greatest tragedy ambapo unaona William Samoei Ruto badala ya kusikiliza vile ambavyo wananchi wanataka, anafanya mambo kivyake pasi kujali. I want to give you just one example of what I mean here. Just one example I think is enough. That William Samoei Ruto, people are telling him that they don't want this affordable housing because kile ambacho kinafanyika ni kwamba he need taxes. He needs to tax everybody, kutoka mama boga, watu ambao wameajiriwa, wafanyikazi walioajiriwa na sekta ya kibinafsi na serikali vile vile, and everybody is being forced. But people knows very well that the housing, affordable housing is a scam. Lakini William Samoei Ruto is going ahead and he's not caring. Again, when you look at the president, he is now also being faced by the fuel crisis. And I don't know how he's going to manage the fuel crisis, because I'm sure that he's going to increase the fuel prices. What do you think will happen if William Samoei Ruto increase the fuel prices? Because if you ask me, Kenya shilling 217 fuel per liter is madness. It's an economic madness, if you ask me. And how many people can afford even now to fuel their vehicles at a time like this? A time when the shilling has become very, very, very scarce. Yesterday, again, we saw William Samoei Ruto starting a war with the judiciary. The battle with the judiciary is going to embarrass William Samoei Ruto. And he vowed that he's going to tame the judiciary. He described it as law. And in fact, when I saw him, when I heard him, Kalau pale ambapo wanaambia watu sijui tuendelee sijui mahakama sijui nini, I think he forgot the fact that it is the judiciary also that made him the president. Without the judiciary, William Samoei Ruto would not have been the president of this country. And I strongly believe, yes, he need to talk about the independence of the judiciary. He needs maybe to call even the chief justice waongee kuhusu kesi fulani vile ambavyo zitaendelea, zitamalizwa za ufisadi na kuendelea, but not trying to threaten the judiciary. How can you threaten the hands? How can you bite the hands that feeds you? Without the judiciary, William Samoei Ruto could not have been the president of this country. In fact, even in 2027, the courts had the option of saying that William Samoei Ruto and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta lost the election. It had that option. In 2022, we know what happened. The servers were not opened. But because judiciary want stability in this country, that is why they actually said that William Samoei Ruto won the election. And remember the language that they were using to defend William Samoei Ruto. Remember the hot airs, the wild goose chase. Remember that and judicial language, according to me. So William Samoei Ruto is presiding an economic catastrophe, and how he's going to manage this, only time will tell. Again, he is also presiding over an electorate that is completely disillusioned. Watu wamepoteza matumaini kabisa, watu hawana namna, watu hawataki kumsikiliza, watu, unajua, one thing I know, you know, and William Samoei Ruto knows, is that watu wamepoteza matumaini kabisa. Wakati ambapo unaenda katika sehemu za umma, unasikia watu wakisema ni heri Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta mara 100. In fact, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is now seen as one of the best presidents in this country, only compared to Kibaki. But the reason why people are disillusioned is because William Samoei Ruto is getting it wrong. The people are completely disappointed. Again, when I look at William Samoei Ruto, he is politicking too much. Ladies and gentlemen, remember Kibaki was blamed that he was not politicking too much. He was concentrating too much on the economy. I think that is what a leader need to do. He needs to concentrate too much with the economy, not politics. Lakini unapotazama William Samoei Ruto, unamwona kila mahali ni siasa. It's like you're in a campaign mode. You need to sit down in office, strategize, bring the people who, because this country has brilliant guys. You need to bring people like Mukisa Kitui, advise him how to manage this country. Tell him that we are losing this country. You even need to bring people like Raila Odinga on the negotiating table. Let us talk about our country, because everybody means well for this country. Lakini sasa unapotazama William Samoei Ruto, he is a movie kind of president, a Hollywood kind of president, a president kila wakati. Unaona, tunamwona kila wakati, unamwona akivaa kauda suit mpya, saa za thamani kubwa sana, pete nini, and this is actually replicated by his cabinet. So you ask yourself, if I was looking at Kibaki's moment 10 years, and I noted that most of the time Kibaki would be presidential. Kibaki would be in nice suits, and even when he was the coach, sometimes would see him in a shirt, and it was understandable that time. But when you look at William Samoei Ruto, you wonder, is his dressing, because when you look at it, I think the people who advise the president need to tell him that hii mambo ya guo ni mambo ambayo si mambo ya kutakana ati inaonekana kila wakati na William Samoei Ruto ni kama tunashidana mavazi. It is not necessary. It is not necessary at all. He needs to focus on the economy, not on politics, not on dressing, not on any other thing. And he needs to tone down on politics, because he has a problem of talking too much. He talks too much, sometimes very unnecessary, sometimes even answering people that he did not even answer. And again, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, he's surrounded by very incompetent people. If you ask me, William Samoei Ruto should fire his cabinet like yesterday. None is fit to be in his cabinet, if you ask me. He needs to bring people who are brilliant. He needs to bring people who means well, people who can actually advise him, who can tell him this is wrong, Mr. President. We should do like this. And remember one thing, somebody like Matiang'i, whether you were in Raila Amolo Odinga's camp, there was an agreement even before 2013 kwamba alikuwa anafanya kazi vizuri. Who would actually go against wakati ambapo alileta credibility of the Kenya National Examination Council, our exams, who would actually criticize Matiang'i? People like Mishuki, people like Karisa Maitha. Even if you are not in their camp, you will see that they are doing well. So if William Samoei Ruto changes this country, if he brings good things, if he delivers, Kenyans are going to support him. Kenyans want changes. Kenya want to see the good things coming from this leadership. But what are you getting? That's why we are now going back to maandamano. And who is to blame? It is William Samoei Ruto. Why should he allow people, why should it look like mambo ya the national dialogue report, that committee, look like people are being conned? The perception is that people are being conned. He just wanted to buy time to cool down the temper. And is he going to continue maandamano when it comes out? Ladies and gentlemen, again, you look at this issue of Kalenjinization of the nation. Everybody knows that what is happening now in this country, we are Kalenjinization, we are in a process of Kalenjinization of the nation of Kenya. So he is confronted by very many things, very many issues. And how he's going to navigate this, I think, is going to shape his re-election in 2027. But as things stand now, he is the most unpopular president, I think, in Africa today. That is my take. Ladies and gentlemen, please like this video, comment, and have a blessed day.